radio. Shout it.
Artists like Tupac, working with him, man. What was it like when you saw Pac back then? And then also with him becoming an icon in his own right as well. Did you see that in him at that time too?
Absolutely. When I met Pac, that's when he was dancing for Digital Underground, and I took them on my Chocolate City tour in 1990. Yeah, 1990. And he was dancing for Digital Underground. He told me that he was working on his own solo stuff. And he said that he's like, nah, it's not like no funny stuff like Digital. Like, my stuff is more serious. And he spit some bars for me. And I was like, yeah, his flow is crazy. And he seemed passionate about it. Like, like very, very passionate. And then, all the questions he was asking me were questions that, like, as I said earlier, that I was asking, like LL and Run DMC, Houdini, So I saw, the fire in him. Yeah, so I knew. With him, it was crystal clear.
I'm about to jump all around in this thing, Kane, but now I got to go to the movies. The Posse.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, man. One of my favorite characters of all time. Talk to me about acting in that movie.
Hey, man. I thank Mario Van Peebles, man, for giving me a shot, man. It's such a big role, and I took it very seriously. He said he wanted me to be a gambler from New Orleans. And, I went, back to my family down in Bowman, South Carolina, and spent about close to a week down there, just really studying, the way they talk and their Southern accent, all that, just to really get in pocket. And I had to take horse riding lessons for several weeks, got my behind thrown off a horse like 3 times. Real bad look. But we made it through it. And I really enjoyed doing that, And I mean, that's something where like the role was really written for someone else. And luckily, and they didn't do it. So, I was blessed with it.
What was that transition like going from rapping to the big screen
though? I mean, it's different because, you're not in control and things are, it's like I'm used to coming to the studio. Like, I can call them like, yo, how we looking? Yeah, I'm almost on finished dumping the track. And, just riding to the city and whatnot, come in the studio, drop my vocals, whatever. And, it's done. But, someone, coming to pick you up 6 a.m, to have you, in hair and makeup by 7 and water, and then you don't film till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're just sitting around in an outfit for hours. It's like they call it the hurry up and wait process. Yeah. So I mean, that was something completely different. But I mean, as I said at the top, man, you got to make those adjustments. Because I mean, that's what you really want to do. That's what you want to do. You got to make those adjustments.
How did that impact your star power from music versus the big screen? So, I mean, you already Big Daddy Kane, but now they done had to go to the movie theaters and see you this time. How did that affect you fame-wise and then just your stock in general?
Oh, I mean, well, everybody thought I was gone then, because I mean, this was next level, and then also, it wasn't, it wasn't like I was in Juice or Boys in the Hood. I was in a Western, where you gotta really be acting. You know what I'm saying? You look, I'm not disrespecting Juice or Boys in the Hood. I'm just saying it's like, if you're from the streets, it's easy to act like a street dude because that's what you do every day. I gotta ride horses and talk country. So they thought that like, oh yeah, he's gone now. That's that.
Songs like Back on the Block, getting in there with Quincy Jones, man. What was it like putting that bop together?
It was amazing, man. I mean, I have the utmost respect for Quincy because I mean that was the first time in my entire career that I was ever produced. I mean, you know, I had people like Marley Marl, Easy Mo B, Prince Paul make beats for me. But that was the first time someone actually sat there and said, no, do this. Do you know about this person? All right, read this. Well, I didn't even know Black encyclopedias existed. Quincy Jones had his assistant bringing about 50 books, and we sitting there reading about Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, and he's telling me nicknames that he had for them and stuff they did that, like, you know, that he remember. And that's what I'm writing about. Like, he's actually, you know, giving me the game, you know, and I'm penning it. But I mean, yeah, I was actually produced. Like, I didn't just come in and just put some bars to a track that Quincy made. He told me exactly what to talk about.
How did you feel when y'all got a Grammy for that thing?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. You know, I mean, I was appreciative. You know, you say I have a Grammy. I was appreciative, but I wasn't happy because we won as a rap group over Public Enemy. You know, and that's a rap group that actually had a Grammy-worthy song, and me, Ice-T, Melly Mel, and Kumo D are not a rap group. You know, we just 4 MCs put together for a Quincy Jones project. You know, I think the Grammys did Public Enemy wrong.